Now, so just want to let you know we're recording the meeting. Welcome, my name is Kimberly Rozier Jean-Louis. I'm the operator of the Orlando MBDA Business Center. I want to welcome you to the Hurricane Ian Business Disaster Recovery webinar. We have worked together with several partners to bring them together so that we can provide you information for you in your business and your employees and your families. So first, thank you for taking the time to invest in your business and invest in your recovery. So a couple of housekeeping. First, we will have everyone muted for just to make sure we can have a seamless presentation today. If you have any questions, please put your questions in the chat. We will collect those questions. We will go over a couple of those questions, at least just announce the questions at the end. All questions will be answered and completed in a Q&A and then sent back to you within 48 hours. The presentation will also be sent to you as well. In each slide, you will have the person's contact information. So you can either jot it down or you can wait until you can do a screenshot, or you can wait until we send you the link. The links that you'll see in this presentation, as well as the documents, and we have several additional documents, will be emailed to you. Okay, so I want to make sure of that. So today we're going to talk about short-term recovery and long-term recovery. We know right now that we all have gone through a hurricane that has shaken us in some form or fashion. I am taking this meeting right now from another business office because I haven't had Wi-Fi in over a week. So a national carrier, but things happen. So what we do, we pivot and we make it work. So these are things that we're dealing with in the short term of after a disaster, right? So we're assessing damage, we're looking at our resources, and we're looking at these things for the next couple of weeks. The next stage, so the first stage is short term. The second stage is long term, and long term takes months, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. So I wanted to set the tone for the presentation. We have several strategic partners that will give quite a bit of information, and everyone is here because they're dedicated to your sustainability and resiliency. So I'd like to next welcome our amazing and fabulous and dedicated Commissioner, Honorable Commissioner Regina Hill with the City of Orlando, District 5. It's also known as the Mighty District 5. I will tell you that Commissioner Hill has the most compassion and the most resources that she's afforded to this particular webinar. She's also in the middle of her own story because this morning she had to have emergency dental work, and she called and said, no, but I'm still going to get on and I'm still going to give remarks. So talking about working through a storm and still persevering, we have that in our leadership here. So do we have Commissioner Hill on with us? So what we'll do is we will continue, and I know that she was having some technical difficulties because she was traveling. Once we are alerted that she is available, we'll bring her in and have her to do the remarks because she really wanted to make sure that she was able. Next up, we have a representative from the National Association of Minority Contractors of Central Florida. And so I'd like to welcome Mr. Abu to come and give information about his organization and the resources that they have and any events that may be coming up.
Great. Well, thank you, Kim. We appreciate being invited to speak in the webinar today and being involved. For those that do not know, the National Association of Minority Contractors was founded in Oakland, California in 1969. NAMAC is the oldest minority construction trade association in the United States. Our members combine annual project capacity of over $1 billion nationally. The association represents the interests of millions of skilled minority workers across the country through a network of local chapters and in collaboration with strategic and corporate partnerships. NAMAC assists members with building capacity by providing access to opportunity, advocacy, and contractor development training. The association strives to accomplish its goals in collaboration with major corporate partners, strategic alliances, and public agencies. So our local chapter here has a very strong board of directors. Gennaro Coulter, the City of Orlando, is one of our board members. Jocelyn Henson, who you'll hear from later in the call with Orange County Public Schools. Brian Butler from JCB Construction. Michael Young of ACY Contractors. Pat Wallace of PA Wallace. Bernice Atkins Bradley with Vodum Construction. Myself, and then also Mark Lewis from Skanska. So we lead on our board, carry our mission through the community, as well as assist our membership acquire new business. So each month, NAMAC Central Florida hosts events that have an educational and business development component. If you have an interest in joining the organization, please email chair@namacfl.com or visit our website at namccfl.com. So the main thing that I think what NAMAC can do to assist others out there is that we're a commercial construction arm. Many of our members have capacity and ability to help during this time, and we're looking to be a resource to people on the call or anybody that has questions, whether they want to be involved with the organization, for their company, or if they want to, if they need to meet some other trade contractors to help. Whether it be something with roofs or HVAC, electrical, concrete, whatever it is that you're in need of, or you're finding that you're struggling to find assistance in getting work done, that we can be a resource to you. So, in that light there, if you have any need for our membership to help with anything, please email us at chair, CHAIR at namccfl.com. Like I said, we'll go to our website, namacfl.com, and we hopefully can be a resource to anyone out there that has a need at this time due to the conditions from the storm.
Thank you so much, Jason, for your continued support, unwavering support of minority businesses. As a minority-owned business, you get it, right? You completely get, completely understand the plight of the bumblebee, right? So thank you so much. Not only do you represent an organization, but you also lead a major construction company here in Central Florida. So thank you for your time and dedication. Next, we have Dr. Jocelyn Harrison Henson from Orange County Public Schools, who once, when I sent the word out and said, can you please participate? She's like, I'm all in. I didn't even say what participating in. She just said, I'm all in. And that's the type of leadership that you have with Orange County Public Schools Office of Business Opportunity. So I'd like to welcome Dr. Henson to provide information and contract opportunities that are coming up with Orange County Public Schools. Dr. Henson.
Kimberly, I don't think she has come back in just yet.
So we will continue on, and we'll come back to Dr. Harrison Henson. She currently, and we'll skip through this slide, we'll come back to her. She's currently just finishing a presentation at headquarters at the school system. So she was in transit. However, she will be back on because she was part of our initial walkthrough. So we'll flop back to that once she's able to reconnect. All right, so next we have the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando. We have Ms. Nelia Castillo, who is joining us. Again, this is another strategic partner that's doing great things in Central Florida. And when I sent out the ask just a day and a half or 2 days ago, her and Gabby, the president of the chamber, jumped and said yes. So thank you so much for your continued support, and we'd love to hear all of the opportunities and upcoming events.
Thank you so much, Kimberly, and thank you for doing this initiative in this webinar in such a short time. And thank you for your partnership with us. So my name is Nelia Castro. I am the manager of programs and events here at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando. I've been here for 1 year and 3 months already, and I'm going to talk briefly about our organization. So our mission is to drive economic growth by strengthening the Hispanic business in Central Florida. And our vision is to be the leading voice of the Hispanic business impacting the economic, civic, and social landscape. We also work with 3 pillars, which is commerce, coaching, and community building. Right now, we're working hard on the community building part, and we are partnering with other agencies to provide resources to help those businesses that were affected by Hurricane Ian. We're doing that through different channels, social media, e-newsletters, in any way possible for them to get to those resources and be able to help, with the fast recovery of what just happened. Also, we're getting, well, we've been operating for over 29 years. We actually the largest business related organization representing the Hispanic community here in Central Florida. We do have different programs, but one of the ones that I'm going to focus on is the supplier diversity program. Because we do have we have a supplier diversity scholarship reimbursement that we offer to those companies or businesses that are going through the certification process, as a diverse owned business. So what we do is we reimburse the cost of that certification. We reimburse up to $500. Now we work with the two agencies that we work with is the WBENC, which is the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, and the FSMSDC, the Florida Minority Supplier Development Council. Now, if you do want to apply for that reimbursement, please, you can reach out to me. I'm going to provide my email and the link to apply for that reimbursement to Kimberly so she can send that information whenever she sends out the presentation. Another one that I wanted to talk about is the Supplier Diversity Academy. We just have the graduation last month. And we had about 18 participants that graduated from that academy. So this academy, it is a 10-month business program. And it's to develop established diverse owned businesses that are looking to grow their business by gaining contracts opportunities with the public or private sector. So each month we're going to have different corporations or public agencies that are going to come and present. Some of the topics that we present is how to position your business to compete with and win projects, how to prepare for procurement opportunities, understanding a contract, and we have all those different topics that we know are going to be useful for those companies that wants to gain in those type of contracts. So those are the two main programs that I wanted to focus today, but we also have different programs. We have the ambassadors programs. We do have the government affairs committee because we want to also be, updated in everything that's going on within the government. And please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, if you want to, we have so many benefits. We do a lot of networking events and everything that we need to have to help those businesses to grow here in the Central Florida.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Just less than a month ago, you all were at the U.S. Tennis Association having a networking event. And so you are everywhere in connecting minority businesses to corporations, and you're doing it frequently. So thank you so much. And we actually met several new potential clients at that event. So thank you so much to you and Gabby and the team at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Metro Orlando. Thank you. So now we'll go back to Dr. Harrison Henson, who has joined us. I know that she was in transition again, leaving a meeting where she was advocating for minority businesses at the district. So as she daily. So thank you so much for joining us. I spoke highly of you, and it's the truth. Dr. Harrison Henson with Orange County Public Schools has been a dedicated, consistent resource for small and diverse businesses through several programs at the Orange County Public Schools. And I'll say this, if she doesn't say this, Orange County Public Schools is one of the only organizations that still was doing business and contracts and did not stop contracts for minority businesses during COVID, which speaks volumes to her team's tenacity and dedication, and also the resources that are available through Orange County Public Schools. So with that, I'll yield the floor to Dr. Henson.
Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you for having us. Thank you for your vision and spearheading this effort. We are pleased and happy to be here with the other agencies. OCPS is committed to supplier diversity as demonstrated by our 3 programs. We have a Minority and Women-Owned Business Enterprise Program, a Veteran Business Enterprise Program, and a race neutral small business program, which is our local development business. We do have some resources available now. If you have children or students in the school district and you have needs, we do have a 311 line that is set up for families to reach out and to speak with the right department or person that can help you. Our office is also open. You can come in and use our space. We have Wi-Fi or anything, any resources that you might need for an office space. We do have that available. You just want to give us a call. It's not the coolest of places right now because our AC is off in our conference room, but it does work in our other, it's a portable, but we call it a chateau. And I also, if you would go to the next slide, wanted to make sure to share that we are still doing business. Our primary building for facilities and construction was flooded, so some of the people are not there physically, but we are still doing business. We offer a doing business with OCPS session every last fourth Friday of each month. This is the flyer for this month. Again, it will be shared. And we also have the upcoming opportunities that are listed there on the slide as well. And so we are still doing business. If you have any specific questions, please reach out to me directly. I think my contact information is included here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Henson. I would encourage you to register your business with the Office of Business Opportunity. If you have a minority certification, or if you're looking to become certified, they do certifications there. Her team, Aaron, and everyone there can help you with the certification, including their LDB, Local Development Business Certification that they do. So there's a lot of resources and certification options there. And I know because I used to work for her years ago. So she did a great job with grooming me and investing in me. And I thank you for that. And I always thank you for that publicly. All right. So next we will go into the Indian American Chamber of Commerce. And I'm so excited. They're doing great things in Central Florida. If you haven't been to their Magic Day celebration alone, where they take over the stadium, I had a chance to participate this year, and they had a concert, and it was just amazing. They're also doing things across the board to help their constituents to grow and develop. So I'd like to yield the floor to Ms. Vaya, please.
Yes, hi, thank you for having me. It's Anjali Vaya, the president. You know, the Indian American Chamber, we have a lot of different sectors that we're representing from our community, starting from the hospitality sector, which is one of Central Florida's largest industries, as well as the medical and the attorneys, convenience stores, you name it, and we're present. We've seen a lot of challenges with the hurricane, and we've actually had some students from UCF that have reached out to us for help. Because we have so many owners in the hospitality sector, they have sent out a message to the community of Central Florida that if anyone is needing shelter, is needing any help, we are there to support you. And our hospitality members and business owners and board members as well are eager to step in. That is our message from our end. You know, we are known to be doing a lot of business after hours, and we've done a lot of community give backs in this in 2022, including just very recently with Gandhi Day on packaging food with US Hunger. Also aligned with several nonprofit organizations like United Way, United Against Poverty. So it doesn't matter who it is in Central Florida, the Indian American Chamber of Commerce is ready to help, to assist, to raise funds, as well as support the business community that we're all part of, because this is our city, it's our county, and we're all here to support each other in every way and form. And we're blessed that this member database that we share, you know, has some very dynamic and eager business owners that on one call from us are ready to do what's necessary for Central Florida. So I know a lot of areas like Winter Park and downtown, a lot of areas in the east have been hit pretty severely with flooding. And we're definitely engaging with government to see how our chamber can step up and be there as a resource as well. And so I thank you for the opportunity today to learn about everything, and as well as for this audience to know that we're here and we're ready to help you in any way. You can definitely reach out to me, and we'll submit it to our membership database and get what's needed. I know some of the areas have had help asked for from the nonprofit organizations on helping them with food pantries right now, and United Against Poverty is one of them, and so we will be supporting them.
Excellent, thank you. And I think we will have you talk about that a little bit more, and we have a slide later on that you'll be giving that information more about that organization. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Commitment, for your leadership, and for your time. And thank you for your willingness to jump in last minute. Thank you all for your willingness to jump in last minute. All right, next we have the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. The African American Chamber of Commerce is headed by Tanisha Gary, and she's not able to join us today. However, we do have Ms. Smalls, who's the Director of Operations, to provide information. Ms. Small?
Thank you, Kimberly. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrea Small, and on behalf of our President and CEO, Ms. Tanisha Nungary, and our entire chamber team, we're happy that you joined us today and hope that you and your families are doing well after Hurricane Ian. Today, I will briefly share with you some things you may or may not know about the Chamber and how you can connect with us. Next month will make 77 years that the Chamber was established in Central Florida. There's not enough time for me to share with you all that we did and are currently doing, but I can share this. The Chamber is based on 4 pillars: advocacy, access to capital, contracts, entrepreneur training, and development. I'll focus quickly on 2 areas. For access to capital, this continues to be the most important limiting factor for our businesses. We do our part as a chamber to create avenues that educate and provide opportunities to our business owners. During the pandemic, over 40% of Black businesses closed. We were able to award over $100,000 in grants to business owners during that time. This year, in partnership with IKEA US Foundation, we were awarded $20,000 that we were able to give to our business owners who participated in our pitch competition at our Empowerment Business Conference in August. And we are also in the process of opening, in fact, we have opened up the 11 grants that are worth $5,000 each. The name of this grant is the Black Entrepreneurs Are Creating Opportunities Now, the Beacon Grant. The application.
So it seems like we're having some technical issues with her presentation. What we'll do is if she's not able to reconnect,
Applications are found on our website and will be available until November 8th. I urge you.
Okay, great. We had a bit of a technical difficulty, but what we will do is we'll make sure we share that information for the grant as well as the upcoming opportunities that you have mentioned that may have been cut off. Thank you so much for your participation. These are things that happen when we're dealing with a virtual age and technology. Again, I don't even have Wi-Fi in my office. So thank you so much for coming and providing the information from the African American Chamber of Commerce. Next, we have Anna Maria, who with A&P International. And I will tell you that they are doing an amazing job of supporting corporations with their supply diversity. And she's going to talk more about that. She's also I want to say thank you personally for jumping in and donating your team to participate in this webinar. So without further ado, I'll yield the floor to you, Anna Maria.
Thank you so much, and buenos dias, everybody. We are so excited of seeing our community sharing. This is all about it. The supplier diversity, the diverse entrepreneurs, is a community of helping each other. Just look to the companies. We have representation from different cultures, from different supports, and it's very excited because I think that that's what a community needs, a support that is together. We are AMP International. My gray hair is not in vain. It's the result of 33 years in business when we opened AMP as a business consultant company that is focused in transforming the industry of the supplier diversity, helping the corporation, as Kimberly was mentioned, and thank you, Kimberly, for the commercial. We help them to pre-qualify the diverse suppliers. We have created also a program with a book that is coming soon that is the 4 stages of the supplier diversity ecosystem that is helping both parts to hide some visibility, to be equipped by coaching and training, to be aligned in the needs and the providers, and to run a sustainable ecosystem. I also want to talk that we have a nonprofit organization as well that is part of a global organization, the Nehemiah International Project, where we also have investments for diverse suppliers owners. And then my final thought, everybody knows me, and please forgive me, I am mentioning this, but my background is a Christian organization, and we also want to encourage you to call our company when any time of prayer, with any kind of emotional support. We were hired by Calvin Klein when the Pulse event, because we were able to provide emotional support to the people who were affected. And this type of events, we look for the financial, we look for all resources, but don't forget the emotional support and the spiritual support. Please have our number and call us anytime. We are so grateful to partner with all of you. We work with all of you, and we are looking forward to continue working and serving all of you. Thank you, Kimberly.
Okay, thank you so much. We're actually going to go back to the African American Chamber of Commerce because they've been able to reconnect. And the reason why we're going back is because they actually are getting ready to give some additional resources for storm victim business owners. And I think it's imperative that we give them the opportunity to speak on that today. So Ms. Small, are you available to log in and continue the presentation?
Yes, Kimberly, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Great. Okay, hopefully it works this time, and I'm so sorry, but I will make this quick. And thank you all for your patience. I think you might have heard up until the point where I was sharing about the grant that we have recently released, the Beacon Award. The application is available on our website at blackcommerce.org. We are awarding 11 grants at $5,000 each. I encourage everyone on this call to apply and also share that information with anybody you think it may be beneficial to. Additionally, on Monday, November 7th, we are hosting our 3rd annual golf outing at our new location, the Heathrow Country Club. It will be at 9 a.m. Because of Hurricane Ian, we are going to be using some of the proceeds from that event to help those impacted by the hurricane. So information regarding registration for the golf event is also on our website at blackcommerce.org. Please go on there and register. We hope to see everybody on the golf course. I actually took a visit out there the other day, and it is not underwater. We should be able to get out there and play by November 7th. So we're excited about that. Finally, I just wanted to share with you all a little bit about our entrepreneurship training. We are committed to helping our members reach their full potential. We launched our Accelerate Central Florida program in partnership with Wells Fargo last month. This is an accelerator program that will allow our businesses to take their business to the next level. And it is using the award-winning curriculum, the Streetwise curriculum hosted by Interrise. We have several levels of membership here at the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. We invite you to visit our website and learn more about us. We also have amazing members. If you are in need of anything from legal advice, cleanup, construction, All of that information for our members is on the directory. We ask that you visit the directory for any needs that you may have. And if you become a member, if you're not already one with the chamber, your information will be listed on the directory as well. We'll continue to share information regarding disaster relief through our website, our social media platforms. So please follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. That is where we will share information. And also, finally, some additional benefits to networking, to joining the chamber are the networking opportunities that we offer. We collaborate with all of our partners and fellow chamber members at the National Entrepreneur Center. Our members have opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals and other business owners they may not otherwise have an opportunity to connect with. So please, 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 if you haven't had an opportunity, check us out. Please email us at info@blackcommerce.org. If you have any questions or if there's anything that you may need, that is info@blackcommerce.org. And then also, if you're interested in membership, check us out at one of our orientations. They are hosted every first Tuesday of the month. If you email info@blackcommerce.org, we'll be happy to send you that link. We hope that you all are well at AACCF. We mean business, and at this moment in time, we want to remind you that we are in this together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So let me make sure I understood. I heard there was 2 opportunities for my business, 3D Strategic Management, the operator of the Orlando MBDA Business Center, to get some money, $5,000 grants, and then you're putting together another opportunity from the proceeds from the golfing. So I will make sure that I and everyone that are our clients follow this opportunity, because that's what we're here for. So thank you so much for your contributions to this presentation. Next, we're gonna skip ahead to Mr. Hawkins. Mr. Hawkins is a member of the Orlando MBDA Business Center team. He's a part of, and he's leading the infrastructure initiative. Before he speaks, I want to talk about the Orlando MBDA Business Center, which I did not talk about, which is why we're kind of pulled together. So the Orlando MBDA Business Center is funded by the U.S. Department of Commerce. My company, 3D Strategic Management, is the operator. Some of you may know me or may not. I've been in this area for 20 years, and we are dedicated to helping businesses. So we have 3 things we do at the Orlando MBDA Business Center outside of what Harvey Hawkins is going to talk about. So the 3 things we do at the Orlando MBDA Business Center, we help our clients have access to capital. We provide one-on-one assistance with financial literacy, and we also have a funding readiness report. That report is able to generate information about your business credit, and then we work with you one-on-one to grow your business credit, right? So we want that 80 score, right? So we'll help you to open up lines of credit, and as well as look for loans and grants. We are helping our clients increase their opportunity, because it's at these times that those credit cards or those access to capital opportunities are important. The second thing we do is we help businesses, minority businesses, to have access to contracts and to contacts. So for instance, hosting this event to make sure that you have access to resources that are available to you immediately. And the last thing, and we also host financial literacy. Last month, 2 months ago, we actually had Chase, VBIF, South State Bank, Synovus Bank, just to name a few, talk about their products and services. And so the last point of services that we provide is our Boots to Business. And our Boots to Business is a online training library where we have at least 45 training videos that were created just for minority businesses. Everything from estimating state and federal contracts to how to develop an effective and manage an effective team, to cybersecurity, to calling and sales. So you name it, we have 45 different videos that you can watch as a business owner, or you can request for your employees to watch so that you can provide that administrative or development that they're not getting at this time. We like to say that a lot of times with minority businesses, the business owner is out taking the classes. But when was the last time that family member or cousin or friend that you hired to do your bookkeeping? Now it's 5 years later. And when was the last time they had an updated class, right? So a lot of times businesses, their team are not getting the training that they need to scale at the same time as the business itself. So that's why we have these opportunities. So also, I want to make sure that I state everyone, Jason just mentioned that the National Association of Minority Contractors They go to their website and you can see all of the activities they have. Just want to make sure we do that. So in short, the Orlando MBDA Business Center, funded by the United States Department of Commerce, helps you find money, build an effective team, and connect to contracts. So one of our special projects we have is the infrastructure project, and we have Mr. Hawkins to talk about it. Mr. Hawkins?
Good afternoon, everyone. As Kimberly said, I am Harvey Hawkins, Senior Consultant for the MBDA's Infrastructure Initiative Projects Program. Under the federal government Infrastructure Jobs Act, the state of Florida is prepared to receive billions of dollars within the next 5 years. I am here along with the MBDA to support MBE construction companies and vendors take advantage of the dollars that are on their way here to Florida. Florida is slated to receive over the next 5 years $2.6 billion to improve public transportation, $13.1 billion for highway infrastructure work, $245 million for bridge replacement and repair, $198 million for expansion of the EV charging network, $3.5 billion for investing in families to help reduce their energy costs by means of weatherization. $1.2 billion is going on its way to airports. $1.6 billion just for investing in safe drinking water throughout the state. These dollars will not solely remain with state agencies, but they will flow down to your local city and county municipalities. Due to the catastrophe caused by Hurricane Ian, the MBDA is ready to assist MBE contractors and vendors in recognizing any of the recovery cost dollars that become available. The MBDA can also help offset some of your company costs that you may be using for legal, marketing, and project sourcing. Let me emphasize that this can be done at no cost to you. I, along with the MBDA, will be here to assist in the tracking of these infrastructure dollars and keep our clients informed. I can be reached at 813-585-3479, as well as my email. Please feel free to reach out to me, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, everyone, and I look forward to just getting in and meeting everybody and just getting involved.
Thank you so much, Harvey. So I did my math with the calculator, and then I grabbed my other calculator, and I calculated $15.7 billion in contracts coming to Florida. I think that they should definitely contact you. And also the opportunity to offset. So offset paying for capability statements, paying for an attorney to look at your joint venture agreements or looking at your documents. These things, those services will be covered if you are a client. So reach out to Harvey so you can become a client, and it is at no cost. It is.
We look forward to doing that. I think it's huge and big, especially we really look forward to a lot of people coming together, putting together teaming agreements or joint venturing with each other to be able to take on larger projects, or, you know, a little bit here plus a little bit there can really make a difference, especially with some of these prime contractors.
Absolutely.
Just to be able to take off some of that work, they've got to give some of that work out. And we just have to be able to push and be able to get them to listen and understand and do this.
Harvey, you're the right man for the job. So all of my minority businesses that are in construction who may be watching this now or watch it later, contact him, because he's going to be your advocate to connect you to that $15.7 billion, as well as those free resources that are going to come through the infrastructure initiative at the Orlando MBDA Business Center. Harvey, thank you.
We're looking for vendors as well.
Yeah.
Vendors, you have products that are needed out there. Let's just get them out there and get them in front of people.
I love it. Thank you. All right, so if you haven't had a chance, make sure you're checking in the chat. Jason Abu from the National Association of Minority Contractors said November 10th, they will be hosting a diversity champion event, and the flyer will be sent out along with all of the other documentation. Again, all flyers, links that you're gonna hear about or have heard about, you will get that in an email after the presentation. So let's go next to the additional resources that are available. The Small Business Administration, or SBA, has a local representative here. His name is Ed Ramos. This is his contact information. For those who have experienced some type of damage or some type of setback, because I'm thinking of my house, I got water damage in my house, a lot of different things. You want to make sure as a business that you go to the SBA. The link is here. Again, we will send this information to you. Next slide. So there are several different products that the Small Business Administration has available right now. One is the SBA disaster loan. It's the business physical disaster loan. And you can see it here are the qualifications that, again, it is a loan, right? But it's for businesses to repair and replace any property that's been damaged, okay? It's for any business size, and it doesn't matter if it's a private or a nonprofit organization. You can apply for this loan. Again, it is a loan. The next one is the EDIL. And some of you may remember this, it's back, which is great. The SBA has this product now back. During COVID, business owners were able to go in and apply for this. I'll tell you very quickly, it was a working capital loan. They also had the advance. The advance is back as well. At first, on the last cycle, if you were a business owner and they would give you $1,000 for every employee, right? And then after that, they looked at your credit if you wanted to get the loan. That was a loan that could be paid over a long period of time, 25 years. And I think it had like a 3.76 interest rate. So you want to definitely go to the SBA website now and look at this opportunity again. This is an additional resource that just came out for those that have not looked at the SBA.gov website to apply for this. We're going to move into the Federal Emergency Management System, or it may be FEMA. So for those that have had damage or any type of issues with their buildings, or if your clients, if you want to give this information to your clients, these are the steps that you need to take. You need to register a claim with FEMA. And if you go to the website and it's just overwhelming, you can make a phone call and you can call and you can get assistance through the phone. You want to also please make sure you contact your insurance company to let them know that you're filing a claim. You want to make sure that you're in consistent conversations, especially with your insurance company first. You want to take pictures. If you haven't taken pictures, you want to go back and take pictures. You have up to 60 days to file a claim. They will, at that point, they will send an insurance adjuster to come out to the property within 24 to 48 hours they will contact you within 24 to 48 hours to schedule a visit to your property. When that insurance adjuster comes out, make sure you have that video that you took or the pictures or any items that may have been damaged. I will tell you that the FEMA will not, and it's mentioned later, but they will not give you any compensation for mold damage. So if something is damaged, take great pictures of it, documentation, and then you can throw it away. So you also want to get a proof of a loss statement. And so we will send you information, because this is the critical part of the whole process, that proof that you need to make sure that you did have a loss, and then what does that look like? We're going to send you a very lengthy document after this presentation. Next slide, please. So there are several products through FEMA. Another product is the National Flood Insurance Program. And so this is in addition to your flood insurance that you have. The contact information is right here. This right now is a policy that's, this is policyholders that were impacted by Ian in particular. They will need to, and so you will make sure that you go to these different links to get the information. One of the links at the very bottom that's essential for you, and we'll send this out again, is the guidelines to how to file a claim, right? So it's the whisperer that you'll need. We'll also be able offline to work with you one-on-one to be able to file those claims and answer the questions appropriately, correctly, but successfully, okay? Next slide. There's the FEMA flood claims, and this is one of those steps of how to file a flood claim. We'll send you this actual document that you see here. If you do have questions, you can call this 877 number. Again, an insurance adjuster will come out to your property. They will look at your videos and your photographs to make sure that they're documented, because they have to document it, right? Your insurance adjuster is, we'll go back to really quick. Your insurance adjuster is a person that is contracted to come out and collect information and to advocate for you. So I've actually been through this process with FEMA when Irma came, and my adjuster came out. She was very cordial. She was able to give me tips and tools to be more successful. So make sure that you have a really good relationship with your insurance adjuster, because they will be your advocate. If you do have issues and you can with an adjuster, if you feel like they're not on your team, then you want to make sure you reach out as well. Next slide. So the state of Florida has several opportunities during this time. So the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity Emergency Bridge Loan, again, it is a loan, but it is an opportunity for you if you need assistance to be able to help you during this time. So there's $50 million available. Is my understanding that these are typically about 40,000, that they're loans that is an average loan. It provides a short-term zero interest loan. It's short-term, but it's zero interest. And these are those that who may need it. So you can apply now through December 2nd, and the link is there for you. Should you be interested in that short-term but zero interest loan. So next, we did have a speaker earlier who wanted to talk about an opportunity, so I'll yield the floor. So,
Kimberly, I think she's experiencing technical issues.
okay, so we'll share this PowerPoint presentation, but United Against Poverty is a nonprofit organization that has hit the ground running here to help businesses and business owners. So I'd invite you to take advantage of the information about the luncheon that's going to happen on this Friday at First Baptist Orlando, but also contact United Against Poverty if you, as a business owner, or if you have employees that need resources. So this presentation today is for business owners, but it is also for business owners that have employees, and those employees have families that need resources. So make sure you reach out to United Against Poverty. Another local resource partner is the United Way. The United Way actually has a resource right now, and we will provide the link for you. Oh, it's provided here. So it is a $300 Walmart e-gift card. And so in order to be able to get that gift card, you must be over 18. You must be a resident of these 3 counties, Orange, Seminole, Osceola. You must be able to have been impacted negatively by the hurricane. You have to have a valid email address, because they will email the e-gift card to you. Maybe, and also this one is a differentiator for this particular one, is that you have to provide a complete W-9. So that's something we wanted to make sure. These are in waves. So if you go to the website and it says come back later, just go back, because they're doing them intermittently. And so and it's been now, I think they're going on their 3rd wave. So this is a great opportunity for your business, for your employees of your business that may have lost power for 3-4 days, more had flooding, may need to buy some things. That this is a resource that you can share with your clients, as well as take advantage of it for yourself. So some tips and tools. We will send this a full document out. This is definitely a resource that has helped me, and I think it'll help business owners. Is leadership in a time of crisis. This is a toolkit for recovery and resiliency. This was created to help businesses to not only, as we talked about there, where we have the short-term period, but then our long-term period. So right now you're in crisis mode, right? You're trying to find where are the resources, where's the money? I don't have internet. I have a leaky roof. My team members can't make it to the office because their roads are damaged. Our business was disrupted for 4, 5, 6, 7 days now. And so I need to find these resources. I understand that. I'm in that same place. But when you're thinking about planning your business and the long-term process of rebuilding and having a long-term recovery plan, this toolkit will be sent to you. And it'll be very valuable for you to be able to help establish, if you don't already have a hurricane or disaster plan, but then moving forward, because as we know, there's another hurricane approaching. The next thing I want to show is this is a video from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and it's about grant opportunities. And it's a community development block grant. So I want to play this video so that you can take notes as another additional resource from the federal government. As we're working to get that video to play, one of the things I want you to be cognizant of is that there are additional resources that we, for time's sake, we did not share. We will send out additional resources of local, state, and federal opportunities, whether they're loans or grants or resource partners. I will concur with Anna Maria that this is a time now, if you're a business owner, that you get centered, right? Because we got a lot of different moving parts. It's very frustrating. Whatever your source is, that you get centered and you get back to center, because we must continue the work to move forward. I'm going to ask my team if they're not able to play. Samuel, if you want to give me an update.
Sorry about that. For some reason, it's not playing. If you want to go to the next slide.
Okay, absolutely. Okay, so we will send that link out as well as some of the other links that we've sent out. So we have had some questions, and if we haven't had questions, now is the time to put your questions in queue, and I will yield the floor to Ms. Damaris, who has been a very long friend in the industry of mine. She is very passionate about helping diverse businesses. And I think I'll say to the bank. Did I say that right? Am I right?
Yes. How are you, Kimberly? Thank you so much for that introduction. Hello, everyone. We have opened the chat for any questions that you have. So far, we have one, and it says, does this apply for loss of perishable items in a restaurant?
So I am not going to let you believe that I am all experts on that. What I will do is send your question to our contacts and make sure that we can answer that for you. I'd hate to say that it includes the perishable items within a restaurant or within a dwelling, and then they have a list that the particular item that you're discussing does not apply. So I would hate to opine on that. So we'll take that question, we'll elevate it to either Ed or to Michael Lambert, who is with, Michael Lambert is with the Disaster Center Field Operations Team, and that covers SBA's region of Florida. So we will elevate that question to him.
Thank you, Kimberly. So far, I don't see, okay, he responded, thank you. So far, we don't have any other questions, but like Kimberly mentioning, we will be sending all the resources, everything that we have spoke here in this presentation. We will also share the PowerPoint presentation. And if you still have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Thank you so much. So as in business, you all know things. Okay, so I think we do have the video now. We are listen, when you own a business, you all know things happen. You just keep going and you roll with the punches. So I think that Samuel was able to find the video, and he's going to play it now.
No matter where you live, disasters can happen. Hurricanes and severe storms bring destructive winds and devastating floods. Wildfires destroy homes and businesses. Earthquakes can cripple entire communities. All disasters have one thing in common. After they happen, people need help. When the president issues a disaster declaration, a massive relief operation is launched. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, takes the lead and works with state and local responders to supply food, water, and shelter to survivors. Depending upon the severity of the disaster, this initial response can last for weeks, even months. At some point, this response gives way to the longer-term process of recovery. Tens of thousands of homes and businesses may need to be rebuilt, and critical infrastructure such as water, sewer, and electric service may need to be restored. The total price tag of recovery can be staggering. Private insurance and government assistance can go a long way to meet these costs, but there is often a tremendous amount of unmet needs that remain. To support long-term recovery, Congress created a program called the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program. After a disaster, Congress may provide millions, sometimes billions of dollars to this program and directs the Department of Housing and Urban Development to distribute the funds to places with the greatest needs. Once HUD distributes these dollars, planning begins for how to spend them. This phase of recovery requires the input of everybody: state and local governments, engineers, business leaders, and local citizens. These plans can include protecting neighborhoods and families from future storms, moving them from harm's way, and making communities even stronger and more livable than before. While all this planning can sometimes take several months, HUD can speed things up by cutting red tape and offering technical advice. When the recovery plans are complete, the brick-and-mortar work of recovery begins. After a disaster, rebuilding entire communities won't happen overnight. The process can take months, sometimes years. But through it all, HUD remains committed to helping people and places recover, to restoring big cities and small towns alike back to thriving communities.
Thank you so much. We were provided that video from our federal contacts at HUD, and they wanted to make sure that you understood their plan and their investment. So we're going to close out our presentation with the wise and words of the Honorable Commissioner Regina Hill, who stayed on, even though she just had surgery. So I just think that's just so amazing. And I hope you understand it speaks to her true dedication to these resources. Commissioner.
Kimberly, I don't see her name up, but if she can put in the chat for me what her name so I can enable her mic, that'd be great.
So I just had a chance to speak with her. She had to hop off, but she's hopping right back on. She had an emergency call, but she's hopping right back on. And so thank you so much. If you have any questions, I want to just, as we close out, because she's going to be the final word that you hear before we close out, all links, all information, some information we didn't even share today because we wanted to make sure that we go over on time. All information will be sent to you in an email. And as well as the slides and the actual documentation, so you can click on those links. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Brandon, for saying great information. We all collectively work together to make sure that you got this information. We know that it was short notice, and we'll get you more information. Our goal is to not only get you the information, to break it down so you know whether or not you qualify. Because I understand, and we all understand, we're all sending you links. You're linked out, you're linked in and linked out. However, we want to make sure that as we're sending you these links, we know that you don't have the time to go in and navigate it for yourself. So we are dissecting the links. We're sending you the link. We're letting you know whether it's a federal, local, or state opportunity. What are the qualifications? What do you need to have? The timeframes. And so you can continue to get that information from us and the strategic partners. And we want to thank you so much for just hanging on in there. Commissioner Samuel, is Commissioner on?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. I want to give Jason just one more minute. Jason is on, Jason Albu with the National Association of Minority Contractors. He put quite a few things in the chat, and I'm not sure if I covered all of them. Jason, are you on? If you want to go ahead and make sure that we get the information.
Sure. So every year, thank you, Kimberly. I wanted to make sure I did neglect to mention it when I first spoke, but every year, National Association of Minority Contractors, Central Florida chapter, we have a premier event that we host, is the Diversity Champions event. It's in November. This one's November 10th. It'll be at City Hall. We'll be sending out flyers. There's nominations are actually out right now to nominate companies or individuals that you think should be getting awards for the organization. If you want to go to our website, you can get the nomination information through our website. We'd love to get some additional nominations for different corporations and people on that, and then there's the big ceremony we have in November to evening. It's very nice. It has there's hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and a lot of different dignitaries will show up to the event. So hopefully everybody can mark their calendars, and if they have the opportunity, can participate in this evening. It's a great chance to meet large corporations as well as other leaders in the community, network, and learn about some of the companies that are really doing everything they can to provide work for small and diverse businesses in our community, and get to hear directly from them, get to meet those contacts, and hopefully get your name in there as well if you do not know them or don't have those connections to help grow your business in the Central Florida area.
Thank you so much, Jason. So Commissioner is back with us. Thank you so much, Jason, for providing information. Thank you, Commissioner, the Honorable Commissioner Regina Hill, for joining us. Before we will allow Commissioner Hill to be our final words, but before we close, I want to make sure you all know that today you learned about grants, scholarships, marketing and legal aid, emotional support, and billions of dollars in contract opportunities. So I hope that you take advantage of this information, and you also stay in contact with one of these strategic partners so you can stay plugged in. So at this point, I'll yield the floor to the Honorable Commissioner Regina Hill.
Well, I just want to bring greetings from the city of Orlando. And Kim, I will have you do the briefing sheet that I gave you. I apologize. I did want to do the presentation, but I had emergency dental surgery about an hour and a half ago. So my speech isn't at best, and they don't want me to talk a lot. So I worked it out with Kim to do my presentation, and just thank everyone for joining us for this most necessary and important information, especially for a time such as this, and make sure that we shared with others that was not able to join the call. because we're in this together, and I know that we'll make it through. We're resilient, and we all know that small businesses are the backbone of this community. And during these horrific event here in Central Florida, you're most needed and essential. So thank you all for everything that you do.
Thank you so much, Commissioner, and thank you. I can't believe that you even got on just leaving the dentist, but I just want everybody to know that really speaks to your compassion, your dedication to minority businesses and small businesses, not only in District 5, but across the city of Orlando. You are a staunch advocate. Some of the information, I'll let you all know that some of the information that was shared, integrated into the presentation I gave, was from Commissioner Regina Hill and the city of Orlando. They are dedicated to making sure you get all the information that you need. There's more information that's going to be coming from Commissioner. If you're not plugged into her social media, or if you're not registered, make sure you are, because she sends out information from and she has a strong partnership with the city of Orlando Economic Development Team. Sherry and she and I were all on the phone earlier, making sure that you got the information that you need. So you have an advocate in Commissioner Regina Hill, as well as other city and county commissioners and the mayors and all of our legislators. Everyone is in this to make sure that you not only short-term recovery, but long-term resiliency. So with that, I want to say thank you everyone for your participation. Again, you will receive the information, a lot more information that was even given today, and we wish you well. Okay, have a great day, and thank you so much for participating.